Hello, we will be starting up really soon. Sorry I'm so loud. I didn't realize my mic wasn't properly tuned.
Beyond the golden cities, over the iron mountains, this realm is rich. The trees are ancient and tall, the rivers clean and clear, the ocean teeming with life.
That's right.
All manner of strange beings and creatures inhabit this wondrous place. For eons they have lived, struggled, and died without any regard for what existed beyond the extremities of their protected home. Strangers they now view from all directions, heralding that the outside has found them. Now they must choose to push back against potential invaders or embrace friendships.
Okay. Woo! All right. I'll turn down the monitor here just a little bit so I can talk and not have a bunch of sound. Hi, my name is Andy Stoltz and I draw every day. This is day number 63. Bet you didn't think we'd make it this far. You'll be saying that when we get to day 100. It is Sunday, January 22nd, and this is my tome of art. This was one of our days. This is one of the early days. This day was not good. I think this was a day, and this was a day. That was a day? 2 days here, I think. Some of it was digital. Some days, some of these were real stinkers. I don't know what this is, but it was a day. We're not doing a retrospective right now. Otherwise, this would be the marked. We did not finish this one, but it's in the archive. It's in the archive to be finished. Don't worry. There's some stuff in between these pages. Felt a little bump. It's like a grain of salt in there. Ooh, yeah, this day. My favorite one's right here. Go back and watch this episode. I'm going to save it. I'm going to archive it. This guy here. Archive that one. The day where we spent a whole day just drawing out plans for mega dungeons. These are things we do on this channel. Look. I'm not making you watch. I'm just asking you to please do it. And some of the stuff we do is pretty cool. I don't know what this is. It's not done, but it looks good. Alright, where are we going to be at the end of this journey? Should be right here. This is what we drew yesterday. Couple of still life bottles. That was a new journey for me. I did not do a still life before. I think I'd done something like a still life, but it didn't quite pan out the way I wanted. But this one, for like a 30-minute still life, that was pretty nice. Tell you what. Today, we'll be starting on a whole new blank page. We are over halfway through this sketchbook. Poor thing. I'm just going to take a bite of one. Wow. Ooh. It's Sunday. I have work tomorrow, and I actually have work tonight, as it turns out, because we got some really complicated projects, doing some construction equipment. A lot of ins and outs, a lot of dipsies and doozies. You notice my light is a little bit flickery. It's because I have simulated candlelight. Ooh, I love it. I'm gonna do some warm-up doodles in this top half, I think, or actually on this page over here. We're gonna do some warm-up doodles over here in the top margin of this page. My camera is still shaky. I don't know how to fix it. The thing I would buy to fix it costs me too much money. If you get motion sick while watching this, send me money. I'll use your money to buy things that make it still and not as shaky. I promise. I will send receipts. I will, okay. That object is what is the thing? Oh well, it's like $200. I will send change if there's change. That's how much I need that. All right, so let's go ahead and get to drawing. I am drawing. I have Pinterest up here. I have something that looks like a skull, but made out of driftwood. Given that these took me 30 minutes, this tiny little thing should take me like less than 5. It'll take me around 5 minutes. Not a called shot. Though it could be. If it only takes me 5 minutes, I want a new follower today. Speaking of new followers, Groobler66, latest follower. Thank you so much, Groobler. It is a pleasure to have you in here. I did notice Groobler also is a streamer, so if you are interested, go ahead and look up Groobler66 and go follow. I saw them drawing some goblins, maybe. So kind of in the same vein as what I do. I'm actually going to increase my volume here for music because I am going to be talking less and less during the stream. I'm just feeling really energetic. I got some talk juice inside of me, so I am talking a little bit. First person to correctly guess what talk juice is. It's a shout out. Here we got. So I want to make this look like it's made out of wood. Gosh, that camera jiggle is just peeves me so much. I want it to go away. I got some new Poscas today, but I did not prime them. Which is to say, if I was going to use them on the stream tonight, it would just add an extra 5 minutes to everything I do because I need to keep ink running through them, and it takes time. But the art store where I get my Poscas from, they had Poscas. Poscas, by the way, are these guys. This is wonderful, wonderful paint markers. I believe acrylic. They dry super fast. And they go over everything. I could literally, this right here, I could just, it'd be gone. One coat of paint. We'll do this later. I did get them for a reason tonight. And then I forgot to prime them, so, you know. So, it's life. I'm not going to get this done in 5 minutes, I can already tell. I'm also not going to be super precious with it by, you know, belaboring the point and try to get it done perfectly.
I love this subject matter because it has a bunch of deep blacks and like implied shapes in it. I love that stuff. It's also kind of like twisting a medium. If I could, I'd buy this ring. That's one thing I've been thinking about. I've been looking at wedding bands a lot lately. I am getting married. It's a thing that's happening. And it makes me kind of want to become a ring guy because there's so many neat rings out there, and I'm like, I have to pick one. When I was in high school, I wore rings as like a fashion statement. If that tells you anything about me as a high schooler. And I keep, as I'm looking at these rings, I'm like, this is awakening something in me. Something that's not necessarily great either. I got like, I think I got an infection from the ring. I'm like, this is not coming out the lid. I hope, but it is. It's coming out. I think once I do the next step here, which is to not gonna lie, tonight is a bit of a bummer for me because I do have to cut this stream to a bit of a shorter length. I normally do it so that I could do work, because I need to catch up on a project. Never ever submitted a project late, and I'm not gonna say it now. I am absolutely dedicated to what I do, so. Nothing if not professional, so. Alright. That's as far as I'm gonna go on that. What else can I look at? I had a couple of them. Oh, this was the other one. I had them already lined up on my Pinterest board in chronological order. Okay then. I'm gonna use the triangle method. Triangle method. I've explained it in the past, but it is basically sort of the idea that you can measure an angle to draw something very precisely. In this, if you use Pythagorean theorem, an angle and the length of the angle, the length of a side of a triangle, you know, those things are all tied together in a very strict way. So, look, I'm no mathematician, but I will tell you that if you draw an angle of something wrong on a triangle, it'll make the length of the side wrong. So you can use that sort of rule as an artist to draw really well proportioned things. I don't know that I'm actually necessarily doing that here, but I am using it as a basis for my drawing. If I was going to be really strict about it, you'd see me agonizing about the first triangle for like 10 minutes, and then it would slowly start to, through like mini chippings away, almost like I'm sculpting it out of that one triangle, become a very beautiful and like precise image. Precision is sort of my bag, I think. I was thinking about using this platform here as a way to talk about my thoughts on role-playing games as I draw. And then I would name those episodes after the specific topic that I was going to be talking about. I know the OGL is a big deal right now for Dungeons and Dragons. I will go ahead and say that I think we're going to be seeing a whole new era of tabletop games coming up. First of all, no one's going to actually stop playing Dungeons and Dragons because that shit rules. But also, I think we're going to start discovering some of the other systems that are out there. I know that right before it dropped, I follow some OSR message boards online, Reddit, and they were talking about this weird idea that the OSR community is viewed as like sort of having like racist tendencies. And I couldn't disagree more, to be honest. As like part of the OSR, like this is old school revival, by the way, that community. And someone who's writing my own role-playing game system, like OSR is just like, hey, all we did was we're going back to old school stuff, playing the game in the old school style of running games, but like obviously doing it with the perspective of modern, you know, kind of like that. I want to say someone who is aware of the sort of sensitive issues that role-playing games have ignored or like flagrantly sort of been a part of, sort of like witness to, but guilty of these like tropes that are sort of
Role-playing games have been, stop shaking. I put a whole mechanism on here to stop this from shaking. It still shakes. I can't fix it.
But no, there was this back in time. There were a lot of like bad stereotypes in the game. There were a lot of things that were, you know, as far as like game safety goes, it wasn't very good. And so it's kind of looked at now in the OSR community like, oh, if you're gonna be old school, that means that you're like keeping in like orc type stereotypes and things like that, and you're using a lot of like old school tropes. It's like, no, it's about old school rules. It's about simplicity. It's about shaving back a lot of the complexity that's been introduced over the years and bringing it back to a more intuitive way of play. That's what OSR is. Yeah. Pick up Morkborg. Play Morkborg. Do it all day long. It's easy. It's so fun. I ran a game for my dad because he'd never played a game. Guy was a good first impression. I think I'm drawing Isaac from Dead Space. I'm not. That's not what I meant. But he has that like segmented armor thing going on. I haven't even started the landscape and we're 20 minutes in. I think I just got really in love with this. Maybe change the episode. Or I could just stop drawing this right now.
I love this helmet. It's not even done.
I am definitely. This is Victorian Guard armor. Aldo Vicente Vidal. And it's completely fake. I was looking at my reference and it's like, this has been shaded in Maya. And I'm like, oh, it's a 3D model? It looks real. Very cool. Let me go back to it. Alright, let's do a landscape. A shaky, shaky landscape. Sorry about this. Drink some water. One of these days I will share my crashing reviews. Moving through some glades and glens and breaks in the trees and paths. Forest right now, over my Instagram. Not my Instagram, my Pinterest. I'm gonna save one of these for another one. Okay. Here we go. So, one of the things I've been wanting to draw more of and practice drawing more are these really natural scenes where we have like foliage in the woods and moss growing on rocks. And that sort of suits my vibe. Obviously, here you're listening to Dungeon Synth with me, and I love this stuff. This is kind of where I live. Like, if you have been into like the chill hop study music, try just listening to some Dungeon Synth channels on YouTube or something. Changed my life. It's good stuff. Just kind of transports you. It's very chill. It is rarely, well, I guess I can't say that, but it's meant to be ambient and invoke a sense of like you're in a dark place. So, which is to say, also, the mix of music I'm listening to. I went on Spotify and there is a guy, Fever or Fur. It's FVR. The V is important. Alright, let's draw this. Let's not draw with pencil. We're going to go straight to pen. Thank you. Alright. Back over just for a second. Get out of here. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna kind of roughly draw out the many shapes that make up the image. Hold still, camera. It has so much energy to it. It's good because you can be drawing a lot in one after. Sort of centerpiece here. stones in the wood. This is coming straight from some reference I have online. Which if you message me about, I'll share. That's one of the things I have been thinking about. It's like if I shared the reference I use, and then we all drew it together. How's that sound, folks? I don't know what people's demand looks like as far as drawing together. I know it's something I want to do, so. Oh shoot. Good thing I can erase the pen. Alright, we're gonna basically create a nice straight line from the top of the page down here. I'm using a method for drawing straight lines called pulling the line. Pulling the line is basically, take off my coat actually because it's going to make it easier. Pulling a line is something I learned from a friend of mine who does pinstriping. What you want to do is you want to hold your, whatever you're using to make a line, you're going to want to hold it in a very comfortable way. Whatever allows you to just kind of drag it back. That's important. You're dragging the line back, right? You're using your shoulder and you're not using your forearm so much or your hand. You're using the like a bigger, like your biceps are part of this. Your shoulder, your chest are part of pulling this line back. So you're relying on just dragging this. This stays rigid and still, and you drag it back and you get a nice straight line. I know I don't talk about technique so much, but this is cool, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here. Can't really see everything I'm doing. I'm just going to... I'm trying to see the line there. I'm going to change my hand position. Smooth moving down the page. A nice straight line. No rulers, nothing. Nice and straight. A little wiggly at the top, but it's okay because I'm drawing a tree. So I don't want it to be super perfect. I just want it to be perfect enough that it appears to be drawn by a ruler. I'm going to go right next to it, and I'm just going to go on. As I'm drawing these lines, I'm also trying to keep them relatively parallel, slight angle offset, because we're drawing a tree. Again, you ever go in a forest? You ever go inside of a tree? I've been inside a tree. You ever go into a forest? The trees are... they have long, straight trunks. At least here in New England they do. Widen out simple. Change this one a little bit. Give it a little bit more of an angle change to it. Alright, that sounds good. We'll fix this up like this. Actually make this one a bit wider. And I reference the tree next to this tree. They're not even at the same angle, so I don't know why I'm following my references strictly, but I did want this tree to be a separate tree from this tree, so maybe what I'll do is I'll push this one back and this one forward. I've got another tree over here. Just gonna do one. See how easy it is when you draw from back here. With your arm, you can drag. You're just dragging. This is just going for a ride up here. You're not drawing with your wrist. You're not drawing with your fingers. You're not drawing. This is an idea. You're not drawing with your fingers. You're not drawing with your forearm. So if you think about it, a good way to remember this is that tiny details you do with your fingers. Maybe larger, more general details you use your hand. For like full page, like if I was going to do a circle or something like that fit on this page, I might go around with my elbow, kind of keeping my arm loose. And if I want to draw a something that is long and straight and simple, I'm going to use the arm, like my whole arm going up to my shoulder. And I'm just going to drag things back. So you're thinking, think of fingers as micro and your body as macro whenever you draw. And I'm not going to be super precise about these back here because I mean I gotta make it look good, right? So I'm going to erase that. But what I'm going to do also is remember this exists in nature. Nature is not perfect. That's why nature drawings are sort of forgiving to do. Is because you can kind of make little imperfections on purpose. It actually makes it better. And you can use that same like micro macro stuff to draw and repeat imperfections. My hand is more or less like kind of doing controlling and correcting as my the top of my arm is adjusting the line. It's really just pulling it back and creating the motion that makes it mark. And with that, we can do these long straight lines without a rule. Yay! I'm gonna do like imperfect. I'll be slower about the second line because it's gotta run parallel to this other one. No, these are some trees in the way background that are just kind of at an angle. So my lines need to be parallel, they can't collide. And easy. I think that will be sort of the extent of that for now. We're gonna continue to draw trees in the background, and I think as you get further back and the trees become a bit more general or young or thinner in areas, you can be looser with your hand. But for these bigger trees, you want to be nice and straight, unless your intention is to create a sort of nice kind of waggly wiggly forest, which a lot of credit to. This is a tree method I came up with from kind of observing how Mignola draws drawings. It's Mike Mignola of Hellboy. So he will do like this, and not for all trees, just some trees, right? Because there's all different kinds of trees. These were specifically for like trees that lived on a rocky cliff, so they were kind of more akin to bushes. But he would draw the branches like this, sort of with a wiggle in them, and he'd draw the subsequent things, and just continue adding these like wiggle branches. This becomes like a really full and alive looking plant by the end of it. It's also good to use with like if I had like a brush pen, I could just use the width of the brush, because ideally I don't think I would have these like outline shapes of branches, but you can just kind of, in fact I think I did a bunch of these for another project. Now you can see how I'm just going to play with it and kind of have it. Smaller ones come off the larger ones, so on and so forth. And you have like a nice little, very full looking tree with branches that are a bit wild. Great for doing bushes, I would say, like bare bushes on the edge of a cliff, or kind of like things that grow in rocky outcroppings, because they want to spread out their leaves as much as possible, so they have more of a wiggly shape to them. Anyways, these rocks here, when we get down into our details, we're just going to do some branches on the ground. Just going to hold the pen. You can hold your pencil a variety of ways. Because I'm doing this in a sketchbook, I think the furthest back I'm going to hold it is like this, and just kind of use it to push my pen forward, and I can wiggle it and be very general and natural with it. Kind of give up a little bit of control by holding it like that. Does everybody like this? Do you like this? Me talking about the method? Let me know. Send me a message. Alright, so I got my rocks here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to define an edge along the rocks. So this is just going to define where light and dark are. So I'm going to have light on top, light on this side here, and light going down that edge there. Fade from one color to the next. So the light is definitely coming from up here. We're gonna have a light come down over this area. So an arrow up there. So that's the way we're thinking about it. We're thinking about the forest is slightly messy too. Edges of my rock, everything. And I need to think about how the light is going to hit it. And I'm just going to create a very good line. So the light's actually coming from the top. So they are note-taking arrows. Alright. So these are different shorthands, the lines I made. I don't want to be looking at my reference a whole bunch while I draw. I want to create quick notes that define the difference and how they're going to be shaped. You can kind of do this by looking at the negative shapes of the reference, positive shapes of the reference. Man. 41 minutes in, we almost have what I can. Over here on the right on the side, I am going to do this squiggly kind of bush thing. Oh man. Some days I get my attention span. I was gonna do a longer stream today than I did yesterday. I was kind of the first Alright, so you kind of get the general idea. There's a more bushy sort of tree coming in from this direction. Upon this tree, I plan on putting little blossoms of the flowers. These rocks are going to have all moss covered. As per my reference of the house tonight, and I'll share that later. And then you can do the texture a little more. Oh man. Yeah, I'm getting sleepy. That's not what to do. So basically the idea is I'm going to keep doing this study. I might have to pick it up now because I do have to. So I will say this then. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I'm going to end the stream and you're all wonderful for helping around. If you are a follower and you have a stream that you particularly enjoy, or that you yourself want to promote, then go ahead and shove that to the front, and I will find a way to help you out, probably in the next stream, so long as you get a message, I'll talk about it. Yeah, I have a lot to say about different systems, so not bad, I'll do a real review. That's it for me tonight. I'm tired. We did these doodles here a bit longer than I wanted. I might even take a nap and then get back to work because I've got some serious responsibilities today to get through. That's a job, right? Not every job, but that's my job. Alright. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. It was good to see my chat monitor and my viewer monitor go up as I was going. So I hope you all enjoyed what you saw here tonight. It's not the fullest extent of what we do. Obviously, when I say we, I mean me and my hands. So if you are interested in more of that, it is something that I am working on, hoping to release soon. So stay patient. Send me reminders. Alright. I am literally close-eyed right now, so I'm going to take a small nap, and yeah. We'll see me tomorrow. Standing around somewhere, my usual spot, probably here. Just ready to draw with you guys. Or I'll go home. This is where my setup is. That makes more sense. I've said enough. Good night, everybody. And take care of yourselves. And, love your neighbor as you would yourself. And neighbor is a metaphor, so that can be anything. Just remember that. Alright? Okay.